Stephanie Milky here, aka Keto Mom, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the Keto Mom podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the Keto Mom Secrets podcast. Hello, welcome to Keto Mom. My name is Stephanie, and we're going to dive into the conversation of what diet can everybody do and it will work. You actually might be surprised in what I tell you, but we're going to dive into the conversation of dieting, lifestyle, what does that actually mean, setting goals, mindset, helping you with food, understanding intermittent fasting, understanding ketones, different tools. There's a lot to talk about. So as you're tuning in, I just simply want to know where you're tuning in from. I'm tuning in from Minnesota. I am a homeschool mom. If I've actually never met you, I'm a homeschool mom from Minnesota. I have an incredible husband. We dove into this keto, healthier lifestyle it'll be 7.5 years ago, before 2015. But when our girls were babies, I actually had no interest in doing this keto thing. My husband wanted to lose some fat loss. I joined him when he handed me a packet of ketones. I'll talk about that later. And we've learned all along the way. I've started this Keto Mom page, Keto Mom Secrets on Instagram, or Keto Mom Secrets on YouTube. We're really all over the place. We've got a podcast called Keto Mom Secrets, and it started with just sharing recipes, and it's evolved over the last 7.5 years because I've realized different tips, tricks, ideas, things to help you on the way. I had no intention of either really even learning it, but what's so fun is when you dive into something that you just initially we're just going to kind of dabble in, really was to help my husband. I've learned to love this idea of helping people with their health journey, helping them understand food, and so many different concepts to help you be a healthier parent or a leader or a grandma or an athlete, right? This isn't just about fat loss, although most of you want that, and I think it's great, and I will help you with that. But what I really want to help you understand is there's just simple basic steps to help you on this journey. Now, first of all, tell me where you're tuning in from. If you are brave enough, I would love to know, what are your goals? Like your next goals coming up. Specifically health goals. For me, I am looking to get stronger, fitter. I want to be able to do unassisted pull-ups without using bands. I want to be able to run, walk further. I'm going to work on my cardio and my stretching. I've got all of that on my vision board. If you've been following along on the Keto Mom page, on any of the platforms, podcast, Instagram, YouTube, we've been talking about setting goals for this next year, vision boards, right? So that's awesome. If you've got questions about that, if you need help with vision or setting goals, send me a message and I would love to help. But what I really want to give you an understanding of, what is the diet? What does diet really mean? What does lifestyle mean? How can all of this work for you? Because 99% of you are here for fat loss, right? So that's what I want to talk about. So I labeled this live, or if you're listening to the podcast, I labeled it the diet that works for everybody. And I'm going to tell you something. Most people are not going to love what I say, but it's actually really true. So you might think I'm going to say the keto diet, and I'm actually not going to. I'm going to tell you something that you might go, I already know that. But remember, there's a difference of knowing and there's a difference of actually doing, right? The action steps. So the diet that is going to work for you as you're diving into this, maybe it's, if you're listening live and if you're watching live, it's going to be a new year very soon. As you're diving into a new year, maybe when you're listening, it's going to be a new month. Maybe it's going to be a brand new start of a new week. I don't really care where you're starting. But as you're deciding to get focused and move forward, the diet that's going to work for you is the one that you are going to be able to be, does anybody know the word that I'm going to say? Consistent with. The key word in any diet that you're going to do is the word consistent. And you might go, like that answer, I'm going to give you more elaborate understanding. I want to talk to you more about what that really looks like. But really the word is consistency. Listen, if there needs to be any word that is in your kitchen, on your refrigerator, on your phone, in your car, I want you to write, the diet that's going to work for me is the one I can be consistent with. The word is consistent. And here's why. Some of you that I work with, some of you that I get to help coach, some of you who are drinking ketones, I'm going to talk about in just a second. We talk about, like, is Whole30 going to work for you if you're consistent with it? Is more of a low carb going to work for you if you're consistent with it? I often say, listen, I hate the word diet. I want to use lifestyle. But when you're just starting, it's not a lifestyle, right? It really probably is a diet. And so I love to go, listen, I hate the word diet. It has the word die in it. I don't want to use it. And also, I've heard other people say, let's dive into a lifestyle. But it's actually not a lifestyle until you actually create the lifestyle. And that's what we're going to do together. So here on the Keto Mom page, you can find recipes for the last 7.5 years. If you want help with food, you just want to help getting started. If you want like a basic understanding of like some low carb, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I need you to post food in the comments and I'll send you a very basic list. Listen, it's not fancy. Some breakfast ideas, lunch ideas, dinner ideas, tons of recipes. You can post food in the comments and I'll give that to you. Really what I want you to understand is, all right, what am I going to be consistent with? What am I going to commit to? Because I have a ton of people that are paleo and Whole30 and low carbs. Some people are strict keto, and just understanding what works with their body, because did you know that there's not a one size fits all? There really isn't. Some people's bodies can handle more dairy. Some people cannot. We've heard people that are gluten-free. Some people can handle gluten more. Some people can have zero fat because they have no gallbladder, which is that you. I totally get it. Some of you, everybody's body is different and reacts different to food. That's why you have to listen to your body, right? And you might go, yep, all right. I'm going to give you some tips in a second. But really what I want you to understand is, what can you commit to long term? Because as you start a diet, as you start this different way of eating or this different focus, it becomes a lifestyle over time, right? That's the key. That's what we want you to do. We want you to create a lifestyle so that you're not doing the same thing every year over and over again. I want you to create a healthy lifestyle that works for you. Something that we're diving into this year is intermittent fasting. I've got a super cool kit I'm going to talk to you about. But in general, I've been listening to doctors for years, doctors in the ketone space, different experts that help in any area of food. And I was listening to one yesterday. If you follow Ed Milet, he's got an incredible podcast. He interviewed a doctor, and this doctor, it's the most recent podcast. I wish I remember his name. I do not, but you can go to the Ed Milet podcast and listen to him. And he said, I'm going to really, and this is where I understood, or I got the idea of, he said, Stephanie, he was talking to me as I was listening to the podcast. He said, consistency is the key. There's a diet. The one that's going to stick with long term is the word consistent. I love the word lifestyle, but I also understand it doesn't start there. And really, he's kind of debunking things. He goes, here's all the questions people have been asking me about keto, low carb, and here's a couple things he said. And he really had some incredible insight. Our oldest daughter, she's 15, was just walking on the treadmill, and she's like, Mom, I'm listening to that doctor, and he's really great. And what he talked about was calories in, calories out. He's like, listen, intermittent fasting is something that you're hearing all over the place, and it really does work. But what I don't want people to do is intermittent fast and then eat, 2-3 tons of calories in that small amount of window. Really, it's something that I've been coaching on and talking about on this Keto Mom page for years. And it's the concept of most people are just overeating good food, even keto food, even like pre-keto snacks or low carb foods, right? The concept is we're just simply overeating. And how do we not do that? By little things like out of sight, out of mind. I'm going to shake up some ketones here in a second. I'm going to talk about, tools that can help you on your journey. There's a different little intermittent fasting kit that we're going to be doing. But basically, he really said intermittent fasting is great. He's like really paying attention to your calories, but not having to be obsessive about it, but realizing we just snack way too often. We're eating massive portions. When you go out to eat, our plates should really be split in half, right? We should be sharing meals. Like the amount of food and overconsumption that we see is crazy. And I read a meme yesterday or the day before. I thought it was super funny because I have been doing this. I'm guilty. The meme said something like, we've all been obsessive if we're in the health and fitness world to help people from October until the end of December. Don't overeat, don't gain the 20 pounds, don't do it. Let's start early. I'm guilty of that. I'm like, don't do it. Don't eat every single day. We've only got a couple holidays, not all the month, like not 90 days is a holiday. And he said, what we really need to be coaching people on and really talking about is he's like, listen, there's 90 days, but he's like, we need to help people understand the concept of, hey, we got the new year until next Christmas, right? This isn't like a 90-day run. This is like, we're starting right now. And what are you going to do from the new year until next year, until next Christmas? Like you've got 365 days to create a lifestyle, to create healthy habits, to get focused, to have a plan, simple basic steps, consistency over time that's going to work for you, and you will reach some of those goals, right? And so here's a couple tips real quick. It starts with, a couple things. My page started out, like I said before, with just recipes, and I've really dove into mindset. So if the only thing that you need to understand is understanding the power of food, right? We're going to talk about food as we continue to go on the Keto Mom page. We talk about all the time. What are you drinking? We're going to talk about how often you're drinking water, like what's in your cup. We're going to talk about moving your body if you physically can. Not everybody can. So that's the power of like food is super important. But also like we just got back from CrossFit. Hence my CrossFit look. We do it as a family. It's super fun. But we move our body usually at least 5 times a week. And so we're going to talk about moving your body, food, into like what are you drinking? And then I'm going to talk about different tools to help you along the way. So I drink ketones every single day. Intermittent fasting. I have a super cool intermittent fasting kit I'm going to talk about. Another tool I talk a lot on this page about is mindset. So we're going to be going through this book this next month called Your Divine Fingerprint. So every morning I hop on a live, I walk you through a thought, something about gratitude, something just to get your mindset in the right space to go, I'm going to dominate my day. I get to go to work. I get to go to the gym. I get to eat healthy. I get to instead of I have to, right? The power of your mindset is so important. When I first started this page, what was it about? Food. And really just trying to make my husband some healthy recipes. And as I have dove in the last 7.5 years, I'm like, ketones are a tool. How much water you're drinking is a tool. There's little tips and hacks of like planning your meals, mindset, understanding like when you think about something and your mindset is negative, the likelihood of you grabbing something that isn't aligned with your goals that day is more likely because you're negative that day, right? And so many people don't realize that this fat loss journey is more than just the food that you eat. It really is. And honestly, to be real with you, there is so much junk food, fast food, different things within our span, like reaching it at our fingertips, whether it's on a table, at an office desk, in an employee lounge, in a desk drawer, on our countertops, like everywhere you go, you have the opportunity to grab something, eat something, snack on something, even if it says keto, even if it says low carb, even like, and that's where we overeat. That's where we have too many calories. That's where we're like, but it's keto, I can eat it. But no, you're not hungry, but it's keto, I can eat it. But guess what? You're overeating. It's this awareness of you're overeating. And so there's different tools I want to help you with. Number one, if you need help with food, post food in the comments. I'll give you a basic understanding of here's some breakfast, lunch, and dinners. Number two, if you've never tried my mom fuel, I'm actually going to shake it up right now because I want one this afternoon. But I've been drinking these for 7.5 years. They are ketones. I actually just had a girl reach out to me. We haven't talked since I was looking at I think it's 2018. And she's like, Stephanie, I don't know if she's watching, but I'm going to talk to her as soon as I'm off this call, Zoom, live, as soon as I'm off this live. And she's like, Stephanie, I've been doing the keto diet. I think she's down 80 pounds. I've been actually researching and studying ketones. I want to know more about these ketones you're drinking because I've never realized more about the cognitive effect of what these do for you. She's like, I actually want to do this and help other people. So we've been having a fun conversation this morning because it's true. Like, these are a tool that puts you in ketosis. So listen very carefully. You do not have to be doing keto if you're on this Keto Mom page, right? You do not have to. Most people are actually not doing keto, right? They think they are, when in fact they're actually low carb. And so there's a concept of an understanding of, I'm doing keto if I'm eating all this fat. It's really not serving you. And most people can do low carb consistently. The word is consistent over time, right? Long-term creates a lifestyle. This is a tool. So if you've never tried ketones, I want you to post trial in the comments because we've got some fun trial packs. But here's how they work. You take the packet like I just did. You put it in some water. You're going to simply shake this up and you're going to drink it in under an hour. And in under an hour, you're going to have ketones in your body, regardless if you're doing the keto diet, okay? So you've got ketones in your system, and how do they work? First of all, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a researcher. I have been blessed to actually physically have conversations with them, to sit and talk with them, to understand how these work. We have the only naturally fermented ketone on the market that legitimately matches what your body creates. So you drink this. I'm going to take a drink, and it tastes great, first of all. It's going to give you ketones. For me, as a mom, when I first drank this, because if you listen to my story in the very beginning, my husband did the keto diet. I was not willing to eat those foods or track everything, but when he handed me this packet, he's like, here, Stephanie, I want you to try this. I want you to drink it. Tell me how you feel. And I was super skeptical. And I was like, all right. I drank the packet. I went away to a homeschool conference. Pretty sure I'm the only mom that was awake at this conference at 3 o'clock. I used to be a napper. Are there any nappers on this call? Or at 3 o'clock wall, you hit the afternoon and you're like, I just want to shut my eyes. That used to be me. And then I was introduced to my mom fuel. I didn't know that I needed it, but when I had it, it like turned my brain on. Ketones are brain fuel. This lady that I'm talking to that messaged me right before I hopped on this call, she's like, I understand that ketones are brain fuel. She goes, I've been studying the brain. I've been looking at like what it can do even in the elderly community. I've been looking at like cognitively, like right now, a lot of you want fat loss. Awesome. Ketones help with fat loss. They help with your appetite. They turn off your cravings. They help you with your energy to get up and maybe do CrossFit or go for a walk or move your body, right? They help you with just turning your brain on to feel great. But she's like, I understand the long-term effects of this. She's like, I understand like longevity and feeling great and being able to move your body and being able to think and focus and feel good. Let's start with fat loss for you. And I'm going to tell you right now that if you actually dive in and let me help you, you're going to experience way more than just fat loss. It's going to really turn your brain on. It's going to help with your appetite control. You're not going to eat all the snacks because remember, most people are just overeating good food, right? It's the amount of food that you're eating. It's going to help you eat less food. There's so many incredible benefits. So I want you to post trial in the comments and we're just going to chat. I'm going to show you some videos from some doctors. They're short, 3-4 minutes. But I want you to listen to the experts of how they explain the ketones and how they can work for you. This is a tool, right? So here we talk about food, recipes. I'm like, how much water are you drinking? You should be drinking half your body weight in ounces of water. I don't care what diet you start with. Your body is made up of 70% of water. You should be drinking your water, right? I don't care what diet you're doing. Let's talk about moving your body. Whether it's really hardcore, like I say hardcore. I feel like people think CrossFit is hardcore, but in general, you do what you can do. But whether you're doing CrossFit, you're doing your own workouts, you're doing yoga, you're stretching, you're going for a walk, if you can physically do something, that is a part of your journey this next year as you're diving into fat loss, right? So food, we're going to work on it. Water, drinking, whatever you're drinking, we're going to work on that. We're going to drop the sugar, we're going to move your body, and we're going to drink ketones if this works for you. Let me rephrase that. It will work for you. It's worked for me and thousands of people over the last 7.5 years. But if you allow me to help coach you in that area or at least give you some information. So post trial in the comments. Now, another tool, I already talked about this, is understanding the power of your mindset. A phrase that I use, it's not my phrase, but it's from Joseph McClendon III. And if you just listen to this, it makes sense. As I think, so I feel. As I feel, so I do. As I do, so I have. So just think about this. As I think, I get up in the morning, negative, positive, I have to, I get to, I don't want to, I'm so excited to, starts up here. and it creates a feeling. If you walk out your front door with a feeling of like, I'm going to conquer today, I've worked on my mindset, I'm so excited, you're going to choose better, you're going to get better results. If I start negative, I feel negative, I walk out the door crabby, I honk my horn at people, I go through the drive-thru because I forgot to pack my lunch, super crabby again because I ate something that I didn't want to eat, but I did it because I was crabby, and then I already messed up, so I might as well throw my hands up in the air because I'm going to mess up the rest of the day. Does that make sense? And then you get what you don't want. Starts right here. This is a tool. This is a tool. This is a tool. There's so many things I want to help you with that if you just take a little bit of preparation, right? We've got the word consistent. We've got the word preparation. There's things that if you want better, you can't do the same things that you've been always doing. You can't. So if you want a different lifestyle, if you want different results, if your goal is to hit your goals, if you're like, I'm focused and ready to go this year, you're going to have to do some different things that you've done. That's plain and simple. You've got to put in the work. And sometimes you have to embrace the suck. I've said that before. I've heard other people say it. Like, it's not always fun. Like, it's not fun always to go to the gym. What's great is I've got 5 accountability partners in my home that all do CrossFit, and one of us at one of the days are like, I don't want to go. I'm sore. My body hurts. Hey, should we skip today? And somebody says, no, we're going, right? So find yourself an accountability partner. Who needs to do this with you? Listen, I'm going to guess probably 75% of at least America could lose a little bit of weight, wants to feel better, could use some energy. All moms, 100%. I call this mom fuel because I don't need a nap. I keep up with my kids. I feel incredible. I go to CrossFit. Like, it's my tool. Some of you need to switch out your tool, which is driving through a drive-thru and grabbing sugary coffee, energy drinks. Like, I don't even know what some of you are drinking, but listen, I promise this will make you feel better, hands down, and it will help you in so many different areas. But for real, the amount of okay, so consistency. You need consistency, accountability. I want to help you. I kind of got off a tangent. Oh, I know what I was saying. Embrace the suck. Embrace the journey. It's not always going to be fun, but when you're focused and you've got a team or accountability or somebody to help you or ketones or me, you can message me and I will help you, but it's not going to be all butterflies and roses. Is that even a thing? Maybe. I mean, those are fun things. Whatever it is, I want to help you on your journey. So here's what we need to do. Are you ready? I actually need you to just set some goals. I need you to send me a message. I need you to post things below so I can actually understanding what you're looking for. If it's a basic foods list, post food below. I'm going to send you a message. If it's, hey, Stephanie, I don't know if I'm going to commit to the ketones, but I just want to know what they are. Post trials in the comments. This isn't a commitment. It's like, can you just tell me more? Hey, I've been watching you for a while. All right, I actually need something to help me not eat as much, to give me some energy. I could use some mom fuel or dad fuel or brain fuel. I don't care what it is you're looking for. Help me not eat all the Oreos. Help me get to the gym. That's a tool, right? Post trial in the comments. All right, last thing we're going to talk about. Actually, a couple more things if you hold tight. Will you press the share button? I like to say sharing is caring and it allows other people to join us on the journey. And we have something brand new. We have something called an iFast kit. So this is brand new. And I'm going to be, along with other coaches, coaching people on the power of intermittent fasting. How many of you intermittent fast on here? If you intermittent fast, give me a thumbs up. Can you do that? Like the thumbs up emoji? That would be fun. You can do whatever you want. You can be like me, hi intermittent fast. But here's what I want you to understand. Is intermittent fasting helps people not eat as much, right? You've got a window of time where you eat your food. Basically, you stop eating. I got a thumbs up. I love it. Basically, you stop eating after supper, about 7 o'clock at the latest, which you really should not be eating after that. Like, your body needs to rest. Your body needs to digest all of the food. So if you can just get into your mind, like, I'm done eating after 7, if you push it to 8, after 8, but there's no need to sit on the couch and eat all night. So first step, I'm going to stop eating after dinner. I'm going to shut the kitchen lights out. The kitchen is closed. I don't need the popcorn. I don't need the chips. I don't need the nighttime bowl of cereal. Go walk into your bathroom, brush your teeth, scrape your tongue, use your mouthwash, and then you can watch a movie without snacking. That's just a simple bad habit, right? And then we're going to dive into something called intermittent fasting. you're going to go all the way to the next day, approximately 16 hours, to where some of you are already in a hurry to get out of the door anyways. You're like, I try to eat breakfast, but I'm really not hungry. You don't have to. What's great is we have the only product on the market that you can physically drink that does not break your fast. It helps you get through your fast. It helps you feel like you're not starving, and it gives you the energy and the fuel to keep going until lunchtime. So intermittent fasting is stopping after dinner, going until lunchtime. You can use the tools in the kit. So we have a cool kit that's not available for everybody. It's like a prototype kit to where you can trial it, and we're gonna help you understand what intermittent fasting is. So here's what it looks like. You're gonna get your kit out, and it has a whole bunch of different things. You've got some pills when you go to bed. It helps with DNA repair. And then you're going to wake up that next day, because remember, you're not going to eat breakfast after your supper the night before. You're going to drink your ketones. You're going to feel incredible. Remember, you just watched me do it. I shook up my ketones. Simple. You put it in some water. You drink it under an hour. I'm going to help you with all of this. Hey, at any point in time, if you want to know more about the intermittent fasting kit or just intermittent fasting at all, post fasting or fast. Post fast or fasting in the comments. So you drink your ketones, right? Then you go throughout your day, whether you stay at home, work at home, or you work out of the home. Doesn't matter. You're going to go throughout your day, and then you're going to, drink your after. So then you're going to eat lunch at your lunchtime. So it doesn't have to be strict keto. I would encourage you to do like a low carb lunch, proteins and salads. We're going to work on a low carb lunch, a low carb dinner. Then you've got your afternoon ketones. So these are liquid ketones, just like what I shook up, but you just pour it. You crack open the top, you put it in some water, same as your morning ones. This is your snack after your dinner. So instead of having the cookies or the popcorn or whatever you have when you sit down and watch a movie, you're going to shake up whatever. It's called our Protones. It's our Keto Pro. They're delicious. So you can blend it, you can shake it. I just shake it up in some water, and it will not break your fast, but you're going to drink it after dinner as like a light, kind of a snack, but also helps with your nighttime cravings. And then you're going to take some pills when you go to bed. That's it. And you're going to trial this, and you're going to do it for 5 days, Monday through Friday, or whatever works for you. That's what you're going to do. And then after, on the weekends, we're going to drink ketones. So you can get up in the morning, and if you want to have egg bake in the morning with your family, like the point is, I want you to intermittent fast Monday through Friday, drink ketones on the weekend, try to stick to either low carb. Some of you are Whole30, some of you are paleo, but we're talking about not snacking all day long, and that's what this is intended to help you with, right? Whether you post trial in the comments and you're like, listen, I just need to start with ketones, help me drink some water, help me move my body, or I'm actually ready to dive into intermittent fasting. We're going to have some cool different Zooms, some coaching, different things to start this, and I'm going to help you. So post fasting in the comments. I just think it's a great way to honestly get started, to help you understand what are the products, how do they work. Oh, I actually can intermittent fast, because some people are like, I feel like I'm starving by lunchtime. But you won't, because there's a tool. So however you want to get started, whether you just want to send me a message and tell me your goals, if you're like, I'm just going to watch Keto Mom on here every single day and maybe grab some tips or tricks, here's what I want you to know. So many people watch, whether it's me or other people, listen to podcasts, read really good books, and all of this is great. But the key to any of this is actually doing. It's taking action. So remember, you can grab as much information as you want. But if you don't actually put it to play, if you don't put it to work, if you don't do just one thing, none of it works. You don't just get to sit there and go, well, I've learned about intermittent fasting. I learned I should drink more water. I was told to not snack or not eat if I'm not hungry. I know all of the things, but remember, it's not just knowing, it's doing. So if you just need a foods list, let's just start switching out some of your sugary stuff for some better options. We can work there. If you're like, I actually drink my calories. I know a few people that do that. The amount of sugar that they drink is wild. So if you just need help with like, how much water should I drink? Hey, what can I put in my coffee? Tell me about ketones, because if all I have to do is drink this and it's going to help me eat less and feel better and give me energy, let's start there. This is a 1 day at a time, one meal at a time. You could even say diet that turns into a lifestyle with consistent action over time. That's the point. Is this making sense? Okay. If you have any questions, I don't care if it's a keto question, intermittent fasting question, low carb question, water question, fitness question, ask your questions below and I'm going to send you a message and we can chat. Otherwise, I would love for you to join me for this new prototype intermittent fasting. You can post fasting in the comments and we'll chat. You can tune in any morning, mostly any mornings, mostly. I say that just because there's things that happen and we work on your mindset in the mornings. We give you tips and tricks throughout the tips and keto, low carb, just health tips throughout the entire day. I drink ketones every day. So all of you moms out there, listen, hands down, post trial in the comments and we're going to chat. However you want to start, I'm here to help. I like to say, get in where you fit in. Let me help you just do something from now for the next year, right? This isn't 30 days. It's not 2 weeks. It's not just a 40-day thing. Like, I want you to learn how to make this a lifestyle and let me help you. So, hey, I want you to know that your presence matters. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for commenting. If you're thinking of people who you're like, man, my sister needs to do this. My mom should join me. My best friend is always complaining she needs some fat loss. Like, hey, mom, sister, friend, best friend, you should join me on this because I'm going to do this. Keto Mom is going to coach us together and it's going to be so fun. Let me help you. Call them up or text message, whatever you do. Snap. My kids are into snapping. I think that's weird. Whatever it is, send your friends a message. Invite them to join the journey with you because it's way more fun to do it with other people. Me and you and some other people. So whatever it is you're looking for, I've got an answer for you, not from a doctor's perspective, but from a mom's perspective that has done this for over 7.5 years. So thank you for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. I look forward to helping so many of you and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye, everybody.